The 10th tee, classic par 3 at the Wingfoot Golf Club in Mamaroneck, New York, 190 yards long. Fraught with danger, bunkers all around, trees to the left, which proved the undoing of Andy Bean yesterday when he made 6 on this hole. And the beginning of the long voyage home for all of the golfers in the final round. Greg Norman, the blonde hair, Jim Thorpe to his right, both playing extremely well. Norman, 1 under for the day. Now, Fuzzy Zoeller on the 9th hole. He has not completed at front 9 yet. His 3rd shot on the par 4. Oh, boy.
What a shot.
So far, it certainly looks as if he is not to be denied. But so often, the United States Open is decided not on the front 9, but on the back 9 of the final round. 3-iron, we're told, for Greg Norman.
Great pin position. Back right over that bunker. We saw Nicklaus put it in that bunker just 30 minutes or so ago.
That ball is going right at the flag, David. Great shot.
Oh, boy.
Think that man is playing some golf?
You talked about
the shot.
You can hear one of these Yankees say, "Go Shark."
Well, what's interesting, I think, is that this New York crowd has adopted Greg Norman from Australia, and he's reacted to it. The first 2 rounds, he was solid, and he was serious and by himself. And then they started adopting him. You see, he's been smiling. He's been talking to the crowd. He's been doing little dances for them. And it obviously helps. Remember, he said himself that he feels at home here now.
Well, that is some shot back there. You say 190, but with that pin, you know, 190's to the middle of the green. The flag stick is on the back, so it's 200 yards, winds left to right. And to have enough courage to shoot at that, we watched Thorpe also with a 3-iron, shows you how strong he is, too.
Who had an even par 35 on the front. That could have been a lot better with a couple of putts.
This also looks real good if it'll hold its line, David.
He didn't
He
like
he
it
had
too
something in
much.
his eye there.
No, that
he's over.
That I'll go see where that ended up. It bounded down to the right near one of our cameras in the crowd. He's not going to have an easy shot to get it up and close.
Okay, so Norman in outstanding shape. Jim Thorpe with a problem on the 10th hole as they begin the final 9. Just behind them, remember, the championship leader, Fuzzy Zoeller.
Look at that hole.
You can hear the crowd's having a good time. For them, it's easy to laugh and kid each other. Some serious business. To win the U.S. Open Championship, one of the greatest honors that the game of golf can bestow on you. Hale Irwin, who has not had the opportunity to have the crowd on his side today because he started off badly and has continued that way. This for a bogey 5. Yet another one. He started this day 5 under. He could go to even. In other words, if he makes this, he'll have a 5 and a round of 40 on the front side. So we're told. Ooh. So, double bogey 6.
That's too bad. You know, a lot of people asked me this morning who I thought would win, and I thought it would be this man right here if you just get off to a good start. And
so he has shot a 40 on the front 9 with a double bogey. Not what anyone would have expected. Well, take a look at it. He had 1 birdie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bogeys and a double bogey on the 9th hole for 40 strokes going out.
it's the 6s that get you in major championships. You know, you might make some bogeys, but 6 on a hole for these guys.
This for the par now for the leader. Remember, he was bunkered on his 2nd shot. Okay.
Boy, he just rattled that in there.
Remains 7 under. 3 under on the front side. 32 strokes. In other words, he has gained 8 strokes on the man he is playing with today. But now his next opponent is the man playing in front of him, and on most holes, he will have Greg Norman in his sights looking ahead.
And another way he has to look at it, he has a 3-stroke lead, 9 holes to play. He can't give me 3 shots at 9 holes.
Right,
okay.
Exactly. Scores of other players you may want to know about. You know, Fuzzy Zoeller first came to most people's attention in the 1976 Quad Cities Open when he scored 8 birdies in a row on the last 8 holes of the tournament to win, thereby tying the tour record, as you know, Bob Golby. And he's done it today with a string of 4 straight birdies in the middle of the front 9. So gets those hot streaks. Johnny Miller. Johnny Miller at 2 over. This for a birdie at the 12th hole. Johnny's played very well here. And there it goes. Goes to just 1 over. Johnny Miller, who started the day 2 over, is now 1 under for the day. Now back to Jim Thorpe. John, are you close to that? Can you give us a...
Yeah, I'm right here, Jim.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny. The ball bounded off the right edge of the green under our camera in the guy's knapsack that he brought with him under the tripod. As a matter of fact, it's suspended on the bag, so what they're going to do is give him a pre-drop. I would assume it's an obstruction.
Would you like to explain that rule, Frank Hannigan?
Well, the camera is treated, we treat it as a temporary immovable obstruction, and he's entitled to what line of sight relief from the camera if indeed it's interfering with him. I can't, because we can't tell from the monitor whether it is or not, John.
What about the knapsack that the ball came to rest in?
Well, the knapsack is a movable obstruction. He gets to pick it up and then drop the ball.
Okay.
Jim, what's happening is they're determining where the closest point of relief is. Greg asked me where, I'm standing on the greener with Greg. He asked me where the ball ended up. He almost got a heck of a break. They almost let him drop out to the left of the camera, which would have given him a little easier pitch because the green is so pitched up high in the back. But it looks like he's got to go to the same side of the camera that his ball is on. Now, and he is now measuring to go ahead and lift it and drop it.
Now watch that he will drop in a different fashion than he would have last year, Frank, right? Frank Hannigan would like to have a word. We have to go back, however, at the moment to Johnny Miller because he's playing so well. On the 13th tee, 13th being a par 3, 212 yards. He didn't like the looks of that. That's why.
If it's to the right, he's not going to like it.
I was talking about with Jim Thorpe, in case we don't see that, is this year you drop it, hold your arm out straight to the right, and drop the ball instead of dropping it over your shoulder, as was the rule in past years.
And as I understand, you may face any direction.
Or anyway, yeah.
But your arm extended. Hannigan will enlighten us here in a few moments.
Yeah, you just have to hold it out horizontally. It doesn't have to be to the right. It could be straight ahead or behind you.
Yeah.
But Thorpe has taken relief. There's his pitch shot. He was only 2. That was not a penalty.
Almost.
Good shot. That's a good shot. That is straight downhill, as John Schroeder said.
Now, Fuzzy Zeller, of course, has been standing on the tee or sitting. I can't see which he's doing, but observing all this and having a chance to think about the 9 holes that lie ahead.
And that's the one thing Bob Rosberg had said might shut him down a little, was he likes to play along fast. He's looking up to his left, seeing the flag there, and the caddy's pointing out which way the wind is blowing.
Zeller by 3 over Norman, by 6 now over Jim Thorpe, by 7 over Hale Irwin, who led by 1 when the day began. Johnny Miller there. Curtis Strange, Lee Trevino at 4 over with Mark McCumber, who had a hole-in-one earlier in the championship. Jack Nicklaus fading out of it. Peter Jacobson played well today.
Yes, he did. 67.
Some of the others who have had their moment in the sun, some of them. Others have just played not quite as well this time as in previous years. Chip Beck played very well last year, and he's played well this year. Morris Satowski, good round yesterday of 69. Richard Fair, the amateur, tied for low amateur with Jay Siegel. Now Jim Thorpe for par.
All right, come on, Jim. Now you've hit some good shots, and that putts for birdies that made one. This is the kind of putt you make. All right, come on.
Missed it. Almost. Nope. So that'll drop him down to even par for the championship, tied for the moment with Hale Irwin. Well, the day began, he probably would have thought it was pretty good if he'd be tied with Hale Irwin at the end of 10, but not the way it's turned.
Definitely thought it would be all right.
Fuzzy talking to Jim Hand, the president of the USGA, who's walking all the way with the leaders today, as is the custom. Now for a birdie.
Fuzzy knows this is for 2. Okay, would put him within 2 strokes. And Fuzzy's got this tough par 3 to play.
After all the daring do that Fuzzy has achieved.
Absolutely. This man hadn't gotten out of it by any means.
attention turns the other direction. This now for the par, and there's Fuzzy watching straight ahead, but taking a look at the trees too. Maybe checking the wind. Maybe he'd rather not look.
Well, sometimes you don't want to look.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Stays at 4 under.
That shows you if you get a little too greedy around here and you take a run at a putt that's downhill, and all of a sudden you got a hard day's work to make a 3.
But Fuzzy's going to be looking at the back of Greg Norman all the way home. It'll be interesting. Jim Thorpe for the bogey 4.
Come on, Greg. Come on, Greg.
That drops him, as we said, to even par, tied with Hale Irwin. Straight down on the golf course you're looking.
You're looking right down at 10T. Now you see the where you cut away there, but we'll see what the fuzz does.
This ball's to the right.
Oops.
That is no place to be.
Not the place to be. It's in the bunker, I believe.
Yes, that ball is in the bunker.
Yep.
And I tell you, it's not sitting badly, though. It stayed a little on the upslope so that he will be able to throw the ball up high in the air. It's going to be a very short bunker shot, but one that shouldn't be too difficult to play.
But that's 2 holes in a row where he's been bunkered, Bob. Any sign of the swing shaking or...
I don't think so, Jim. Those are 2 real hard shots he had.
Yeah, okay.
You know, this hole is a hole that, as David said yesterday when Andy Bean went left, you don't want to go left here. You can still play from the right, but you can't play from the left.
Plus, if you miss, you got to be in the bunkers here. You miss the bunkers, and now you've got to pitch across them to the little narrow greens.
It's going to be very interesting to see how Hale plays this last 9 holes, as to whether he just plays it out or tries to grab a hold of himself and really see what he can do. That's a beautiful golf shot, really. It's a little unlucky to end up where it did.
You're right, Bob. It didn't get all that maybe he deserved.
So they're starting to walk it home in the U.S. Open. 9 holes to play for the leader.